Good morning. Happy Thursday. All right, we're on the 6 human needs. So we know that the first two, certainty and then uncertainty / variety, because the universe has a sense of humor. So our needs are going to be juxtaposed. But if you look at that in the right way, you can see how that actually supports you, not that it's a negative thing. Then there's significance and then love and connection. Again, they got to be a little bit of variety. And remember, those first four needs, we always find a way to meet those first four needs. And the question is, are you meeting them at a high quality or are you meeting them at a low quality? Because you can meet them at an 8, 9, or 10, or you can meet them at a 3, 4, or 5. So remember, those needs are going to get fulfilled no matter what happens. It's just a matter of if they're going to get fulfilled at a high level. So the last two needs are the needs that don't always get fulfilled, but they're the ones where all the real zest of life is, and that's growth and contribution. So need number 5 is growth, and then need number 6 is contribution. Now, we do not always fulfill these two needs, but these are the two needs where all of the best parts of life actually exist. I had somebody say to me, they were talking about money. There was a conversation about money, and the person said, if you haven't made enough money, if you don't think it's a good thing to make a lot of money, then you haven't given enough away yet. And that really resonated with me. I was like, what a great concept. Make tons of money so that you can give it away. The whole idea of growth and contribution, that's where we really feel at our best. Remember, the phrase that we like to say is, you're either growing or you're dying. The secret to life is progress. The secret to living is giving. So happiness is about progress. Progress is growth. And then true happiness is about giving. Secret to living is giving. So the last two human needs, growth and contribution, you have to intentionally go after those. Now sometimes, the universe sends us problems so that we can grow. But if we don't look at them as gifts, if we don't look at them as this is so that I can become the most of who I'm supposed to be, a lot of times we look at them as, why is this happening to me? And we don't look at it as growth. If you don't look at it as growth, you're not going to feel the growth and you're not going to fulfill that need. So growth and contribution, the last two, that's where the best stuff of life is, but you gotta intentionally go after these and set aside time to make sure that these happen. So what are you going to do in order to make sure that you're growing on a regular basis? Well, videos like this are a really great thing. Reading, obviously, trying to read 30 minutes a day, taking courses, watching seminars, doing YouTube videos, doing TED Talks. All of that stuff are great ways to ensure that you grow, starting new disciplines for yourself. Contribution is giving back in any way. It doesn't have to be writing a check. In fact, sometimes writing a check is kind of the easiest way to do contribution. I mean, the greatest way to do contribution is your time. But you can contribute at a really, really tiny way and still have it be something that is incredibly an incredible great gift for both you and the person. I mean, if you are looking for something to do, go to an old folks home, assuming we can go into any of these now. I think that they've opened up. And ask to speak to somebody that has no family. Go to the person who runs the place and say, who's a lovely person here who has no family, who never has a visitor? And go in and sit down and talk to them and say, tell me your story. Tell me about your life. I mean, if this person is 90 years old, they can talk to you about World War II. They might be able to talk to you about the Great Depression, and just sit there and give them presence and space and listen for an hour. And how much would that make their day? Plus, you're going to learn something. Whenever you sit down and talk to somebody that's lived that long, they'll tell you a story about the world that at least for me, when I've ever done anything like this, I hear a story that I've never heard before. One of the great things I love about doing what I do is I get to meet new people all the time. I get new clients. And when I get new clients, I get to hear their stories. And their stories are extraordinary, especially when the country is going through great strife. Talk to people about what our country was like during World War II and the sacrifices people had to make and what they had to do. They're incredible. That generation went through a lot. So you can do great things about growth and contribution without a lot of time. You know, it was an hour. I mean, The Voice or American Idol takes longer than that. And you can do it without a lot of, effort or requirements. It's really just a matter of deciding that you're going to make a difference. You can go work in a food kitchen, you can go volunteer at any place. There's a million different things that you can do. But understand the 6 human needs, because when you look at these, it's going to show you why people do what they do and where the conflicts come in. But as you look at them for yourself, the first 4, you should try to make sure that you're fulfilling those at a high level. And the last 2, you want to make sure that you're fulfilling those all the time or as much as you can. Growth and contribution, they're the ones that really matter. Have a great Thursday, everybody. It's almost June, even though it doesn't feel like it outside. Did you see the moon last night? It was a supermoon. What's the difference between a regular moon and a supermoon? Supermoon wears a cape, of course. Have a great day. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.